guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. In today's video we're going to be creating my go-to bottomless brunch day sesh makeup look. I'm also including my 3 product secret under eye blush combination in this video, and I feel like you will need this combination in your life. We're covering everything today from long wearing makeup, flawless skin, full coverage, eyeshadow, everything. This is a typical makeup that I would wear on like a day sesh or a night out. It's sort of like a go-to makeup look for me that I can just do anytime, and it's quick and easy and I can just do it straight away. So obviously everything that I've used is listed in the description box with my discount codes and my social channels. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and leave me a lovely little comment in the comment section below. And if you want to see how I got this full face bottomless brunch vibes makeup, then keep on watching. You know something, the vibe today is not going out. It's Tuesday, it's the morning, it's so cold, it's the middle of August and I'm wearing a sweater. But I know that some of you will be watching this video wanting out inspiration, bottomless brunch, day sesh. So we need to get the vibe up. We need to get the vibe up right now. I'm gonna do a makeup look that is very similar to the one that I did at the weekend for going out on a day sesh slash bottomless brunch, which was amazing, by the way, I loved it. And this is just something like, it's sort of like a go-to sort of look for me. When I do my makeup for like going out, they tend to be not the same, but very, very similar looks. So that's something that I'm going to do today. And I'm going to recommend to you all my go-to absolute favourite products for keeping that makeup on all day. So I had this makeup on from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10:30 at night. Did not budge. So anyway, my skin prep is already done. I tend to do that like an hour before-ish I do my makeup. And if I'm going like out, I will always do a sheet mask. So the ones that I've been using at the minute are the Garnier ones, these ones here. They're literally just amazing. This one in particular, the vitamin C one, this is my favourite, or Star Skin Beauty, the brightening one, and the VIP illuminating one, I think it is. But these are a great affordable alternative. I really love these. So I'll link these and the Star Skin Beauty ones below. And they literally plump the skin so much, make it so hydrated. I've not used one this morning just because I don't want to be wasteful, because these are when I'm going out. I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm going to clean my house. And that's about it. So no sheet mask today, but if you want to see how I do like my morning skincare slash skin prep, that will be in Sunday's video, because I'm going to film that for you. However, I am going to go in with my oil controlling primer. This is the absolute best one that I've found. I am super oily skin, so I've tried literally nearly every single oil controlling primer on the market, and this is the absolute best one I found. It's the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer in the blurring one. Now this is silicone free as well, so it doesn't have that sort of like, it's sort of like a slippery texture that silicone primers have. There's nothing wrong with silicone, but I do find that it pills underneath foundation. This is obviously a high-end product, but you need the tiniest amount. I've had this since Christmas, used it nearly every single day, every single time I do my makeup, and it's still pretty much like 3/4 full, I think. I only use like the tiniest amount, so we're going to go in with this first. And I definitely notice a difference of when I use this and when I don't use this. So this is literally how much I use. I use the tiniest amount, and then I literally just press. Can you see how that just took away the shine straight away from my skin? So I just press it in my T-zone. I don't press it anywhere else because that would just be unnecessary. I'm only pressing it in the areas where I get super oily, which is sort of like here mainly, my forehead, chin, around my mouth and my nose. And then this isn't something that I do every day, but I do it when I go out because I do want that really flawless under eye. I use the Plouise base in the shade Pretentious Peach. I've always found that like a mouthful to say, Pretentious Peach. And I just take a tiny little bit literally on my ring finger, and I'm just going to press that right on the inner part of my eye. You don't even need that much of this. It's literally just to flip the tone of the under eye and just correct that area. We're going to dive straight into foundation, and for sort of like a day sesh or even like a night out, I do like to go in with something quite full coverage, but I still want my skin to look like skin. So I'm going to take a mix of Nars Sheer Glow in the shade Barcelona and MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC37. Literally the best combo. You're going to see how good this is. I'm just taking both of those foundations on my Cosmic Brushes Precision Blending sponge, no, I've not cleaned it since yesterday. I should have cleaned it, but it came around to clean it and I just thought, you know what? I don't really want to do that right now. So yeah, let's ignore that. And basically all I do is I just need to like mix it before it goes on my skin, because obviously I've got 2 foundations on there, and then I'm going to start bouncing that into my skin. Sometimes I like to apply with a brush and then blend with the sponge. Recently I've been loving a sponge. What is wrong with me? You guys know that I'm a brush gal, but recently I've just been loving a sponge. And I do feel like this is such a good foundation combination for going out, because you've got like the coverage and the longevity of the MAC foundation, but you've also got that beautiful skin-like finish from Nars Sheer Glow. So the combination of both of them just gives you like a really beautiful finish. Like I say, I am a brush type of person. I do find that with sponges, it soaks up so much product, but it does give a really, really nice finish. I don't think I would use sponges if I was still doing clients, just because you don't really know what's in the middle of them. Like, you can't just cut it open every time and see what's inside, and it's the fact of like getting it wet all the time and like bacteria and stuff that just really doesn't sit right with me. So I still don't think I would use them on clients. But so foundation's on, I'm looking very ghostly right now, so I'm gonna go in with my Refi cream bronzer in the shade Tan and my Peaches Makeup PC21. This is literally my favorite cream bronzer brush, and I'm just gonna do sort of like a light bronze around my face. I don't like to do like really structured contour or anything like that. I like it to be like nice and soft, so I just sort of like tap it in the areas where I do want some sort of like shape and definition, but nothing like too harsh, which is why I go straight in with a brush rather than doing like lines, etc. Which is why I prefer products like this in a pan rather than like contour sticks. I feel like these just work so much better for what I want to achieve. That is so much better. So I've just basically gone around my cheeks, forehead, nose, chin and jaw, just super blended, nothing too structured, keeping it nice and fresh. All of these products that I'm going to be using today are quite high end, but I will leave a link to a video in the description box of a full face of affordable makeup that is literally unreal makeup that I think is amazing quality, just in case you guys are on a budget or anything like that, or if affordable makeup is your preference, then I will leave a video in there. But I'm going to go in with 2 concealers. My first one is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium Honey, and I use this first to actually conceal because it's quite close to my foundation shade. Go back in with my sponge and just really focus that where I've actually placed it. And I go in with my cream bronzer first because I feel like if I make a mistake or anything like that, I can just clean it up with the concealer. So that has just concealed everything that I need to conceal. And then I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in the shade Out. This is quite light, so it's great for brightening. And I do feel like when I do any sort of soft glam, just having like a bright centre of the face makes the eyes stand out a little bit more, even though I'm not doing as much. So I just like to brighten in all these areas because this is where I want to lift. I'm going to put a little bit here as well, just for a bit of shape. Just bring that in a little bit more on my nose. And then again with the sponge, I'm just going straight in and blending that out. This concealer is so expensive, but it's amazing. But like, look how flawless. We've not even put any powder on yet. Like, oh, it's amazing. I wish it was like £5, but it's not. I'm taking that same Plouise base in Pretentious Peach. I'm just going to pop a little bit on my hand, just like that. I'm going to take my PC21 again and just use that as cream blush. So sort of focus it in like the centre here. Not too much on the apple, not too much up here, just right in the centre. And this is just a beautiful peachy shade. It's so nice. This is what I like about the Plouise bases, that they're so multi-use. This one shade I use for colour correcting the under eye. You can use it on the actual eyes, use it as cream blush, you can use it as lipstick, like you can use them for so many things. So I think they are on sale at the minute as well for like £5 each, which is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I literally love this one so much. For setting my under eye, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey Powder. And I'm using that on a Real Techniques setting brush. This is my favourite brush for setting the under eye at the minute. And just setting in general, actually. And you can see, I'm going to set one side of the face with this. You can see how much this will smooth out my skin. So if you look at this side of my face compared to this side of my face, this side is so much more airbrushed, so much more smooth. So yeah, this powder is literally so good. It's so amazing. So I like to use that loose powder to set my T-zone because that's where I get most oily. So I feel like by really pushing in that product into my T-zone, that's what controls my oil throughout the day. However, the rest of my face, I want to look fresh, I want to look glowy, I want to look like real skin. Like the matte look isn't really my vibe, but because I am oily, I do need to set those areas. So I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. This is so airbrushing and it sets makeup really well, but it has this like luminosity to it. It's not a glitter and it's not a highlighter. I can definitely get away with it with oily skin, but it just makes your skin look so good. And you know, I actually hate myself when I buy really expensive makeup and I fall in love with it because I think, great, I've got to buy this forever now. But I'm just pressing this into my skin with my big Plouise 681 brush. So not too much because I am going to go in with like bronzers and blushes and that sort of thing around this region of my face, but I do just like to set everything in place just so it doesn't budge. So I'm going to go in with my bronzer. This is my fave MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark. You guys know I've been using this for literally years now. And I'm taking that on my Plouise 638 brush. And I'm just applying like a little bit of this all over where we put the cream bronzer. So it's not necessarily to like build up the bronzer or anything like that. I just want this to like smooth over what we've already done and just like redefine those areas. I want to keep it super blended. I love my skin being like really blended these days, and like I think last year I was just applying too much bronzer. I was watching a tutorial of mine like a year ago just to like see progression and whatever, and I thought, why was I literally using that much bronzer? Like, why? So the combination of the next three products is what gives me the flawless under eye. Like, this is the blush and under eye combination that I've been trying to achieve for literally months. Step number one is the Dior Backstage Blush in Rosy Glow. Yes, the viral Kylie one that wasn't the Kylie one. And I'm going to apply this with a Plouise 673. So I like to focus this literally in this region here. So literally this square. And I literally took it right under my eye. Now you might actually think, what on earth is she doing? Why is she putting blush underneath her eye? But trust me, the end result, we're doing it for the end result. That's all I'm going to say. I'm literally taking it right under the eye. It's quite a fine powder as well, so it's one of those products that layers up really nicely, but just make sure you're blending it like upwards here as well. Product number two, Nars Orgasm on the Beach palette. If you don't have this, you need it. This in your makeup kit, screenshot it, go buy it. You can use my code and get 20% off, even better. So I basically mix all these shades. You've got like an orange, a pink, and like a deep berry shade. I like to just mix all those together like this. Literally just go along like that. And I'm using a Peaches Makeup PC03, so it's quite fluffy and it's not as dense, but I like to focus this more up here and it joins into the Dior. So it's giving me like that glowy, highlighted effect. I'm not actually putting on any highlighter. Sometimes I feel like highlighter on me these days is just a bit too much. But products like this, like a glowy blush, just make sense for me. Now what I always do is bring this product up onto my forehead / temples. I feel like it really brings the look together. Pop a bit on my nose as well and on my chin. I feel like it really ties in the blush and everything together. So this is a little secret between me and you now. This product is going to change your life, and you need it in your life if you love like a flawless bright under eye. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, but it's the pressed one. So obviously we've all heard of the iconic loose one, which is in the little tub. I loved it when I used to work for them, but I've discovered this little pressed one. And I'm going to use it with my Real Techniques setting powder brush. And I just like to literally press and sweep that sort of into the Dior. And it just lifts the eye so much. I will 100% be wearing this on my wedding day. It is literally the most beautiful powder. I just really like to tuck it right on the inner corner there. So what I'm talking about is the combination of this flawless under eye flowing into this blush. I've been trying to achieve this for months, and I've been trying like loads of different products, trying to achieve it, and I feel like I've finally cracked it and I love it so much. So we'll just keep that secret combination of those three products between us. So before I go in with anything on my eyes, I'm going to spray my face with MAC Fix Plus. Literally keep it basic. I don't even think, there's not like many setting sprays which I think make makeup last longer. I think it's all about skin prep and how you apply products. If you think about it, nothing that makes your makeup wear off comes from the outside, it comes from within. It's like oil, sweat, that sort of thing. So it's all coming from internally, so why would you need a setting spray, do you know what I mean? So skin prep is key. So I'm going to go in with this, and I'm just going to spray my whole face before we go in with eyes. Obviously I have a lot of powders on my face, so this is a necessary step to melt those powders down, give me that flawless finish, give me a bit of a glow, and just really like set everything together and melt everything together. Can we just take a minute for the skin? Let's just have a minute right now for the skin. I'm using my Plouise brow pencil in the shade Mochaccino, and I'm just going to start my brows off with this. So I just like to do a line underneath and then start filling in, and then I'll do some hair strokes in the front. The pencil is done. I'm going to go in with my Refi brow pomade. This is in the shade Medium, and I've been doing this ever since I got the Refi products, and I really love it. I'm just going to fill in like the sparse areas of my brows where the hairs are a little bit thinner, and I feel like it makes me look like I've got really thick brows. I feel like this was literally the missing step in my brow routine. Like the difference that it makes is unreal. I use literally the tiniest amount as well, like so tiny. And then I'm going to finish off with my Refi Brow Sculpt. Literally the best product ever. Do not buy any other soap brows or whatever, because this is honestly the best thing that I've ever used. Ever since I tried it in my Refi tutorial. If you want to see that, I'll link it down below. It is honestly the best. It's so convenient that it's with a wand and a tube. Like you don't have to spray any spoolies, or you don't have to like dip into anything. It's just so easy. It's all like done for you. And I didn't know this, right? So obviously this is like a screw top, but you can literally pull it and it's got like a comb and a brush. How amazing is that? I literally found that out on Instagram the other day. I've literally been using this for about a week or two now, and I literally didn't even know that it had that on there until I found out on Instagram this week. Madness. So that is my brows all done. I'm going to prep my eyelids with the Plouise base in the shade 2.5. So I actually prefer using 2.5 over number 4 when I'm doing like a light eye, or even if I'm doing something where I want a little bit of contrast between my eye base and my actual eyeshadow, then I'll go in with 2.5. 2 is a little bit too light for me. It's like quite too much of a bright eye, but 2.5 is literally perfect. 3 doesn't make a difference at all, and number 4 is what matches my skin, so 2.5 is the one for me. So I'm just using my MAC 252S, and I'm just neatening up my brows and packing on that base. So eyelids are all prepped and ready. I'm gonna go in with the Melt Cosmetics is it Brunette or Brunette? I don't know. I really love this palette at the minute. It's just my go-to for when I'm doing like soft glam. It's got all those perfect shades in there. It's got creams, it's got a white, it's got browns, it's got a dark smoky shade, it's got some shimmers in there. It's really beautiful. So this is what I'm going to go in with today. I'm going to take a mix of these two shades, which is Tan and Cork. I do want to keep the eyes quite light today with a bit of a smoky wing. Might even do a bit of shimmer as well because I'm in a shimmery mood, I think. Or shall I keep it matte? Oh, I don't know. So basically, I always like to do a winged eye shape. So I like to focus my product on the outer part of my eye first and build up most of the product here. So I'm just using light circular motions, and I'm using a Zoeva 221 brush. I'm really building that up, so I've got like a really set base, and I've also got great pigmentation. So just dipping back into the eyeshadows, and I always say with eyeshadow, like, less is more. Like, you need to build up small amounts of product at a time in order to get that really nice blend and that like seamless finish. Then I'm using a Morphe M441. I'm just going to take a mix of buff and cork and just use that to blend out the shadow that we've literally just applied. So super light pressure, small circular motions. I am going to slightly pull it in towards underneath of the brow here, but I don't want too much. And just start winging it out. Then going back in with tan and cork and my Zoeva 221, I'm going to reinforce that blend that we did at first. So just popping that shade back in and swapping between the brushes just to get a nice blend. And this just brings back that pigmentation of the shade that we used at the start. I'm using a PC20 from Peaches and Cream, and I'm going to take the shade Musk, this light shimmery shade here, and I'm going to pop that all over my lid, sort of like on this inner part here, just for a bit of shimmer. Then I'm just taking that Zoeva 221 again and buffing between the shimmer and the matte, just to make sure they're all nice and blended. So right on my inner corner, I'm going to take Buff and Suede, is it? Yeah. I'm going to take a mixture of these two on a pencil brush and just pop this right on the inner corner, just for that little bit of like brightness, and like blend it up into the shimmer. So now for the fun part, we're going to do loads of smoking out. So I'm going to take the shade Brunette, whatever it is, and this little brush from Morphe, and I'm going to start working on the outer part of my eye. So I like to really smoke out sometimes and do like a really nice smoky liner. So I'm just pressing this on with this brush, and then I'm going to sort of extend it into a little bit of a wing, not too structured, because I want this to sort of like fade into the rest of the eye. And then just grabbing a little PC47 and buffing this in. And repeat those same steps a few times just to really build up that smoke on the outer corner. This is like the easiest way to get that like winged eyeliner effect without having to do winged eyeliner. Then using a little angled brush, I'm just going to line my lash line, because I feel like this makes it so much easier when lashes go on. Gives you sort of like a base where the lashes can blend into. My eyeliner, I'm taking my favourite Maybelline Tattoo Liner in Smoky Brown, and I'm going to take that in my waterline. I'm going to take it about halfway, I think. Yeah, I'm going to take it halfway, because I want most of the smokiness to be on the outer part of the eye. I'm taking that mini shader again, and I'm just going to press along just underneath where I've put the eyeliner and join it up to this outer corner. So just really building that up. And I like to make sure that I go quite slow, just so that I've got like no gaps. Because this is quite outer heavy now, I want to like balance out the bottom. So I'm using a Plouise 117 brush, and I'm going to take a mix of tan and cork again. Yeah, tan and cork. But I'm going to blend that all the way along. So starting in the middle, I'm just going to blend towards the inner part of the eye and then out. Just really going in. And I want the lower lash line to be quite smoky as well, so I'm just making sure that I'm really smoking that out. This is a really good tip. Whenever you're doing anything winged, always grab a little brush, preferably the one that you've applied your Plouise base with, and just run in a parallel line straight underneath, and it just instantly cleans it up without it looking too harsh. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara and some lashes, and then we'll be right back to finish off the lip. But I'm going to use the Prima lashes in the style Lost, nice and winged. I'm going to cut these into like a half lash, I think. And both mascaras that I use are linked down below. Okay, I'm back. These lashes are actually bigger than I expected. We're going to go with it though. I feel like they look quite nice with this look. We're going to go in with lip. I'm going to use the True Nude lip liner from Cash Beauty. These are only £7.95. Found that out yesterday. They're literally so nice. And then I'm going to go in with P. Louise Solo Nude Lip Base. Love these. If you are an MUA, you need these in your kit. They're on sale at the moment as well. I feel like Plouise are having a really good sale at the minute. Just literally tap it in on my finger. Obviously, if you do on clients, you would use a brush, like a blending brush or something, but the shades are so nice. And because they come in a squeezy tube, so easy to dispense onto your stainless steel palettes, and the shades are just unreal. They've got every single shade you would ever need in your kit. So good. And then I'm going to finish off with my favourite Plumpin Gloss from L'Oreal. This is the Plumpin Gloss in the shade 400. I actually use the shade 402 most, the pale pink one, but I think it is still in my bag from the weekend. That is how much I love it. But this one is just as beautiful, so we're going to go in with this. And that, my loves, is my go-to night out makeup. This will last me 12 plus hours, just because of all the skin prep that we did. I will list everything that I've used in the description box below for you, so you can check that out. I'll also leave any discount codes, because I think I have pretty much a discount code for nearly every single product that I've used, which is great. Saves you guys some money. If you have any video suggestions, anything that you want me to do soon, then please let me know in the comment section, because I always like to hear your guys' feedback. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up when you like this video, and leave me a lovely little comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!